Hello and welcome back. I'm General Antares, and this is Victoria 2 as Japan. We're gonna finish our conquest of Korea here, and then we'll rack up some war score to get the rest of, or not the rest of, the just, taking that off of China. Cool. Alright, you don't move there. Alright, so now we got Korea, which gave us tons of research points. That's the other thing, you get research points for conquering people. So we start with land reform, which gives us 15. We took imported weapons, which gives us 10. We go for industrial constructions, which has the additional benefit of we get a cement factory in Edo, which is good because we use cement to build every kind of factory. So getting some of that produced is always good. This is the most costly one too, so we can just do that. And also, we really want to do something expensive because right now we're at max research. I think we will get some more for conquering Taiwan, so we should probably, do as much as we can. Obviously, we have this militancy game. So you don't want to reform too often, or you will get more rebels, which we're about to see. So I'm going to do that, and then I don't know why we're at 0. Anyway, so if we go to politics, movements, so I imagine we're going to see like a reactionary movement pop up here pretty quickly. Maybe not. Yeah, there it is, reactionaries. So there's general number of support, which then limits the number of actual brigades they can have. That's the actual brigades they have. That's if they've revolted, how many brigades are in revolt. I don't know what the heck that means. Stronger the rebel, I assume. I don't know. I guess that probably has some correlation with this. And this is just the absolute chance. Right now it's not high. I want to keep it that way because, okay, and there we go. So basically I just sort of jump in with my better troops and lure them in with my weaker troops. Let's see, we can't enter war goal because it's not going well. Well, it's not going well enough yet. And oh my god! So many troops showed up, so now we take these back and then we switch these out. And we'll take, oh, they're at 5%. I think it'll be fine. They usually only like one ship or something, we'd still win. I think. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. It's okay. Alright, we'll keep 2 of our bigger regular infantry divisions there. Alright, now we know our world goal will be acquire state, Formosa. And it'll be right at the infamy limit. which is 25. Let's see, I think I can build some Korean infantry. Yeah. Not too much. We'll just get one block. One block, and then I'm gonna build. I'm gonna wait on the other stuff. This is pretty much the only reconquest we're gonna do for now. I find a lot of times I like to, other games that have done this, I've gone and conquered Dynam, but they always seem to give me a lot of trouble when I try to do that. And so I end up reloading, which I'm not going to do for this. Oh, he did attack. He's going to lose, though. Blah! How bad could it get? Yeah, well, at least we lost some militancy out of it. I lost. Did he just blow up all my ships? Yes, he did. That's terrible. Not that bad, though. Alright, I'm gonna build some home island defenses. That should be good enough. Okay, and then let's just see if it'll let us build more of these, because we didn't have any problems with the... No, we're fine. It's funny, he's not attacking anymore. It's kind of a bit of a problem. But not that much problem, because we're just gonna bait him in with the regs. And he went all in. That's okay, though. Now we're at 9%. We're close. Okay. Militancy pretty low. 50%. I could do imported ships, which will the post so because you activate technology post Nelsonian fought, which is the thing that lets you build naval bases, which would be nice. What things give me 15? I guess I'll just pick this stuff up just to make me better at fighting. I like to do this. One thing, the farming and mining efficiency increases the amount of money we get. But these texts tend to give me more militancy than the military texts do. I believe it. Yeah, it says 213 versus. That's less. Weird. Yeah, the reactionaries always give it done. Alright, so anyway, but if we get 15, right now we're 50. If we get 15, we need to get another 15. Otherwise we'll, end up lopsided and we'll end up having to spend more research points, sort of. Problem is, none of these are particularly good. Like, we have 32% lucidity is really high, and it was 40% earlier, and it's lower because we picked up Korea. But even so. And none of these things do 15. So we may not bother with this. So I need 5 of these. Other thing too is that if I pick one of these, I get more research bonus when conquering, so I may just want to do that. I can also do industrial progress too, that's right. I obviously don't have enough for it right now. Post-applying thought will give us some So the other thing too with techs is you have like these inventions, right? And this gives us post-Napoleonic doctrine, which will give us extra defense. We got this because we got flintlock rifles, which this gives us extra attack. This would be really good. I don't know that we'll get that before this is done, but hey, we may as well give it a try. Also, building forts on the northern border is not a bad idea either. So I think I am going to go ahead and do this. Okay, United Kingdom and Punjab to get Kashmir. Okay, split this back up. That is the other regular army. The bigger infantry divisions closer, and the smaller ones further out so they can get their dudes back. And I can start blockading him again. Okay, cool. That was very fast. And Afghanistan is acquiring Punjabi Baluchistan, and Bolivia is trying to beat up Argentina. Oh, of course you're attacking Kimchik. Still a 9. Yeah, we've got... this war's gonna finish long before that starts ticking, and this will start ticking up before that happens. I have to give it a second to... I started losing even before I sent in my regulars. Excellent. Now we're at 11. Still not good enough. Right, that was every single clipper ship that I needed. So we can get that blockade up. And now he's coming in with 47, looks like. 17, never mind. Not 47. Alright. You go blockade. Might be ready to be... Am I ready to give up after this? That's funny. I don't think you gave me enough troops in there for that attack. Goofball. Yay! War's done. And hey! Got another... What was that? Like 750,000 people? That's awesome. Is that... And Fran and Min. Okay. Now, we can get rid of our stupid regulars. And we can put our guys on the border. So we'll eventually have 12. Okay. So. Eventually, and by eventually I mean fairly soon, one of these turns into precious metals, which will fix our economy. Until that happens, I'm going to be in the deficit for a while. How many research points did I get? 6,000 resource points. Not bad. Might hold out for industrial progress. Which will give us a fabric factory, which is, you know, nice to have. Also gives us water wheel power. So we got, I believe we got a tech from that. would be no, we didn't. Did not get a tech for that. But we'll get water wheel power, which will give us, well, obviously, will give us fabric factory. Gives us this mining and farming output, which is good. And also this seed drill, which gives us more fruit and grain production. We don't have any fruit. I don't think we do. We do have grain. Sorry, I had to cough there for a minute. Where are you going, buddy? Let's just have you sit in Kyoto. One block. Japan. So, what is our... We really don't have any rebels. So this movement. They're gonna hate us forever. So one thing that happens in this game are crises. And what this is basically whenever something reaches 100% tension, and I think the way it works is that crises happen like every so often, so you can't like get like one after another. But they happen in places with the highest tension, which is usually stuff in the Ottoman Empire. I think they don't start generating the tension until later, because you know I'm a little surprised that this isn't like 100% already. But sometimes we'll get up there. Usually the Ottomans will cover it for us by, you know, constantly being their crises things, but we'll see. It's going to be really annoying now, because in the old days, so basically what happens is the crisis event fires, and you have the two sides of the crisis event, which if it was in Korea, it would be us and Korea, and then we would be looking for great power backers. Oh, that's the other thing I've not explained with great powers and secondary powers, and, you know, regular powers, is you have these 8 great powers, and then you have 8 secondary powers, and then everybody else. So what this means is with great powers, you have access to spheres of influence, which is what this you could spend influence to basically put people in your sphere. Basically what that does is it creates kind of like a common market where you get to buy all their stuff first, and they buy from you first before anybody else. And it's more beneficial for you than it is for them. But that's basically what it does, is creates a common market. And also other powers can't mess with people in your sphere without, you know, you being able to intervene. So you have to, like, kind of watch out. Like, I don't know, this wouldn't happen at the beginning of the game, but if I take too long, like, you know, the US will sphere Korea, and then we'd be at war with Korea and China, and we get crushed. And then, so, the other thing is, secondary powers and great powers can colonize stuff. So, like, Russia being great power, colonize Sakhalin. And of course, there's a scramble for Africa later. The thing that keeps them from colonizing Africa now is you have what's called life rating. And so in order to colonize provinces with lower life ratings, you have to research those 3 different technologies, which for Africa, you have to basically research all of them. And then you get the inventions, which is underneath those technologies. We're gonna try to do some of that, but that's later. I was explaining something else before I went on that tangent about great powers. Now I don't remember what it is. Yeah, no idea what it was. We'll mass all these guys in Kyoto. Oh, crises. That's what I was talking about. Okay, so in the, you know, hypothetical where Korea has a crisis fire, we seek great power allies, and then basically we'll get backed and they'll get backed. And so in the old days, if both powers didn't get backed, then it would just not happen. But now, if somebody decides to be a jerk and back Korea, and then nobody backs us, it just gives Korea its territory back, which is really annoying. Hopefully that won't happen. But and then when you're both backed, then all the other great powers can line up on each side, and then they can either negotiate a peace or go to war. Alright, that is done. Nothing much. Are all those wars over there done? There's no, that's still going on. So is that. Let's see what it looks like. Hey, they got it. That's hilarious. This is perfectly logical. Somehow they decided that was an awesome borderline. That happens a lot in this latest patch for some reason. It's something to do with you can get up there really quick and then go up there. How did they beat the Brits for that, though? There wasn't even like a crisis or something. So, I'll get into this later, but basically if two people are colonizing the same thing, you go through this like little game where you spend colonial power, which we don't have any of because we're not secondary or great power. And you sort of try to outspend each other, but all the while that's going on, there's like a crisis meteor that goes up, and then it's supposed to fire a crisis. But if you get ahead, enough ahead of the other person, because they've run out of colonial power, you can just take it over without fighting over it. And somehow the US managed to do that. I have no idea how they did that. It's ridiculous. I think Bolivia is about to lose some territory. They might get some from Argentina, though. So anyway, one of the other things, too, you do not normally have to spend 22 infamy to conquer a country. That's just happening because we're uncivilized. When you get to be great powers and secondary powers, you cost less infamy to attack uncivilized powers. And so, we'll use that to our advantage. It also kind of sucks to have high infamy because it hurts your ability to get goods. We took a lot of it, but it was worth it to get those two. Okay. This is looking good. You may just want to hold out for that. Because it's more militancy efficient to do that. And since we're not conquering anything, we don't have to worry about this stuff anymore. We'll probably, so that'll give us 20. We'll do, this one's the cheapest one, and then like, I don't know, foreign officer training. What's funny is we'll get military staff system, and then so basically the way it works when you civilize, you get the tax of the lowest, the least advanced country on the planet, and that's usually like Greece or something. A lot of times, like you'll get railroad from a reform, and then you'll lose it when you westernize, which is kind of hilarious. Not much to do right now other than just wait it out. Like I said, I've tried, well, and we have to wait to get rid of all this infamy anyway before we could go after Dynam, but I mean, I usually don't, I have a really hard time fighting Dynam. Not to mention the fact that we'd be at war with China because they're allied with China, and so we'd have to leave some guys up here. Nothing interesting going on. There's wars. Well, they're done with the Brazilian one. Which I can't remember if any of that was Bolivian territory before. That might have been. So, I don't know why you wouldn't want to stockpile the extra tea. I guess that probably is one of the middle class or whatever needs tea for it to fulfill their needs. So that may not be a bad idea, actually. We don't have high militancy. So later, depending on the kind of economy you're running, which I'll discuss later, how that all works, the different, I forget what the hell they're even called. But anyway, that's not important. So one of the things is capitalists will build factories and railroads on their own, and this will give them more money to do it. I think we're going to stockpile. So I don't need the militancy boost, and that might help us with our needs for a little bit. Perfect. Maybe it says in the trade window. Yeah. Where is tea? That is coffee. That is tea. I don't know. Maybe I'll look that up for next video. See what it means. Really like that precious metal eventifier. It'll be really super great. So you know what I could do is, since I'm not at war, I can decrease this. I'm not sure that really helped. Alright, well, I'm going to put a cut in here, and I will see y'all next time. Thank you for watching.